Alright folks, we made it to the trailhead. The Sierra Buttes back there and the fire lookout. So let's get up there. Alright y'all, well, it was a nice drive coming up the hill there, and all the nice fall colors and everything. We're just about to get up the hill and thought I'd stop here at this overlook. It's a nice spot to kind of show you the destination we're heading to. Right up there behind me, up on top of that peak. I had been thinking about it, and I had mentioned in a previous video when I did the 2 peaks and a dozen lakes, and went up Mount Elwell and Mount Washington, and we had done Mount Eureka previous to that. I had kind of mentioned about the Sierra Buttes back there and the fire lookout, and how that was the other tallest peak in this area. I had been there before, but I'd never taken you guys along, and actually going back through things, I never recorded it. I don't even think I actually took pictures. If I did, I lost them, so might as well take you all back up there before the snow flies and covers it all, because this road and area does close during the winter and is only open to snowmobiling. So let's get up there. See you at the trailhead. All right, folks, we made it to the trailhead. If you've been here before, welcome back. If you're new here, glad to have you. We're all about hiking and backpacking and cruising around in Minnie the van back there, and just going out and getting in some adventures. So for this one, we cruised up here, as I said previously. We're up at the Sierra Buttes. I've frequented this area for many years. I'm gonna get my pack and my trekking poles ready and check out this old fire lookout and top of this really interesting rock outcropping up here. All right, we're on our way up. We're in for another just amazing day. We're only 30 yards from the main parking lot where the trailhead is, and already just getting some super nice views. Yeah, bluebird skies, 70 degree high today. Should be pretty nice. It's a little chilly this morning, a little brisk, but not too bad at all. Only thing with this hike is you got to be prepared. Is it's 1,800 feet of elevation gain in a little over 2 miles. Accessing the trailhead's super easy. You can just look up Sierra Buttes and Google it or whatever, GPS. It'll take you pretty much right to it. It's paved up until about a quarter mile or so. It turns to dirt, but it's old forestry road. It's not rutted out or anything, so should be awesome. Should be a good day. Let's get up there and check this place out. The Sierra Buttes sit at an elevation of 8,591 feet. This rocky, metamorphic outcrop was once the ocean floor, pushed upwards from undersea volcanic eruptions. It's the third highest peak in the Sierra County, following the north ridge of Mount Lola and Peak 8740 to the southeast. Looks like they might be doing an agricultural burn down in the valley down there. The lookout itself was built in 1915. However, the staircase didn't come about until 1964 to make access to the fire lookout easier. As you can see, the trail's very well marked, and we're once again out here crossing where the PCT cuts through. Oh, the pan over here. Actually got the marker on the tree there. Ah, trail gnomes. Got a pretty nice shot of Tamarack Lakes down in there. Looks like we got some bobcat tracks. They're heading down the hill though. Probably won't see it because those tracks look like they're probably about a week old. Kind of sunk down in the mud like that. Tells me that that was during the rain last week when it snowed and then rained. So we'll see if I catch any critters or anything today. I did just see a peregrine falcon that was hanging out in the tree right there as I was filming the tracks, but by the time I started turning around, my movement, it took off and flew away, which is kind of a bummer. Those are always fun to see. Not too bad now. It's a bit of a slog coming up that first section, but as you can see, I shed a layer already. It's getting a little warm, and then we of course dipped into the forest where it's all shady, but that's all right. It won't last very long. Well, they seem to be having a good time. Well, I just cut off on this small little spur trail here off the main trail. Looks like it opens up to a view. Let's check it out, see what we have here. Oh yeah, it's looking down on top of Young American Lake there. Just past the lakes out there is the road that we came up on. Fire lookout is right up there. Well, we just came up the stairs there, tied back in with the OHV trail, and I turned around and looked and saw that the gate down there was open. Too bad we didn't bring Lil Red, but lately that's been one of my headaches. Smog's due on the Jeep, and it decided that it was time to blow a exhaust manifold gasket. So that's always fun. Now that I'm in the shade, I'm going to sit here for a second and rest, let the engine cool down. It's getting up there a bit.
A few moments later.
Some type of old tank there wedged in the rocks. Wonder what that was used for. Looking at this rock up here too. Super interesting. So crazy. Still got a little bit of snow from the last storm hanging around over here on the north face. Just about there, folks. You can see the staircase up there. I was just noticing there's another one of these gnomes up here. Let's see what's going on here. Oh yeah. Oh, upside down. This Facebook group Gnome and Fairy Find in memory of Layla. I can't make out the last name. Go ahead and set you back up there, buddy. Heading up the staircase. If you have any issues with heights, this hike may not be for you. I'll show you why in a second. First off, that's kind of part of it. Very open staircase, no real protection. And it just drops down. And then you got a grate up at the top that you walk across. That's always a little bit fun on the mind. Well, that's what we just came up. Look out there, you can see one of those lakes again. And we got a little traverse across these rocks. One last little flight of stairs. And we'll be up on the lookout. And a little memorial placard up here I never noticed before. Dear Del Rafael, loving mom to 6 children, and last Sierra Buttes lookout. The mountains called her home. 1924 to 2014. Oh, and for all you rock climbers, there's some anchors there. And here's a look down out over another route that you can come up. It is steep. You can still see a little snow down there. We made it up. Like I said, it's pretty crazy, this graded catwalk, because you just look straight down. There's nothing underneath. As we pan up, we've got on this side, that's Upper and Lower Sardine Lakes. There's actually a resort down there at Lower Sardine, which is pretty cool. Pretty good hike. But yeah, as I was saying, you look out down there behind me, and it's a drop. It's a drop, and then you can kind of see inside there. It's nice to see that they put glass back in the windows. For a long time, these metal grates were kind of messed up. Some of them were off, laying on the ground, and the windows were broke out, and this place would just fill up with snow, and it was starting to get pretty dilapidated. It was actually really unfortunate that we lost the funding for this place because of some government stuff that went down a few years ago. If you know, you know. But they had funding, and they were gonna restore this lookout and possibly put it on the rental list. There's a lot of lookouts in Northern California and up in Oregon. I'm sure some of you are aware of that. You're able to rent out and go stay in. That is really awesome. My wife and I used to do that very frequently. Been talking about getting back into that and everything, since she can't really hike anymore. But yeah, just super awesome place up here. Never gets old. That looks like over here, back there in the distance, that may be Jackson Meadows. I'm not sure. I'm gonna have to look that up. I'm not sure what lake that is. But if you cruise down around this way, the stairs we came up, you can kind of look down. There's a bunch of OHV roads and stuff down in there. Then you come back this way and you kind of see that small little trail cutting through there. That's the PCT trail. Pretty amazing views up here though. I'm gonna drink some water and hang out for a little bit. This is kind of showing you back down towards that other route that I said you can come up and do a little mountaineering and rock climbing. I'm gonna take some photographs and just soak it all in for a little bit. I can actually see Lassen out there. So yeah, I'll catch up with you all after a little while once I get back down to the van. Well, alright, you guys. Made it back to the van and just hanging out, having a black cherry vanilla bang. Get some energy put back in me. Get some caffeine. I didn't have much coffee this morning, so. And those are tasty. Super tasty. But anyway, hope you all enjoyed the hike. Enjoyed the Sierra Butte lookout up there. It's a pretty cool spot. I'm glad that I ended up coming back up and taking you guys up there and showing it to you. And then I can say that I have done all 4 now of the highest peaks in the Lakes Basin area in this season, and let all you guys kind of get a glimpse of it. And if you can't make it out, you know, what the views are, and if you can, I highly recommend it. It's a bit of a slog getting up that hill, but plenty of nice spots to take a break, catch your breath, take in some views, and carry on. So, and coming down's a breeze. It was also super nice that I ended up making it out today. I thought about coming out yesterday, midweek and everything, but some clouds rolled in. We had some weather and stuff, and I think it just kind of sprinkled up here, which melted off more of the snow. Unfortunately, I was hoping there'd be a little bit more snow, but at the same time, it knocked the dust down, kept the trail packed, and made for good conditions. And the skies were so clear today. I wish my camera was better and I could zoom in and show you guys that view out towards Lassen. Hopefully it comes up. If it does, I'll point it out during the episode. But yeah, man, perfectly clear view of Mount Lassen up towards the north. So that was really spectacular. I haven't ever gotten that view being up here, so that was pretty special. All right, thank you all for tuning in and cruising along with me on this episode, and hope you all enjoyed. We'll catch you on the next one, and remember, the woods are for meandering. All right, y'all. Take care of yourselves. We'll see you later.